you've completed your song, you've mixed and mastered. So I'm just going to cover the administration side of things that you want to do before you release your song. The very first thing, you want to sort out your composition and who owns what by using a split sheet. A split sheet is a document that basically describes and tells who are the owners of the song. It covers the performance royalties, the recording royalties, and percentages of who owns what. SAMRO does have a template with split sheets, and I also have a split sheet part of my publisher agreement templates, which you can get on my website. I'll leave a link in the description and it should pop up somewhere on the screen. Once you've sorted out the split sheet, you want to create another sheet which collects the metadata. Now, what's metadata? Metadata is critical descriptions and information with regards to the song. So this information covers the song name, the song length, the people who own the copyright, and additional information such as the ISRC. Speaking of ISRC, that's what you want to include into this, and the way you get your ISRC ideally is to go through RISA and collect the ISRC code. This code is like an ID number for songs, so you want to use the same ISRC for this specific song whenever it is distributed or whenever it is moved along. Once you've done this, you want to export your songs in various formats. Now, if you have different formats, for example, a radio edit where you're taking out swear words, a short version, a long version, but you also want to export the shortest version of the song, particularly like a 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and if you have an extended version, you get all those exported, and if necessary, you should have different ISRC for the different version of the songs, and then you put that back into your metadata sheet. The next thing, you want to register all the songs with SAMRO, CAPASSO, and SAMPRA. This process takes about 45 minutes, and I've done a video where I cover how to register a song with featured artists and with yourself. I'll leave that in the description below, and it should pop up in the screen somewhere. Once the song is registered with SAMRO, CAPASSO, and SAMPRA, the next thing you want to do is figure out a budget to push this song. I highly recommend, if you are targeting streaming, that you have a budget of approximately 1,000 to 2,000 Rand for the next 3 months. Each month you put in 1,000 to 2,000 Rand just to get the streams to over 1,000. If your song is reasonable, then you won't need less money, so only 1,000 per month. But if your song is not a typical type of song, or there's not that many playlists around, then you may need a little bit more. I personally use Groover to get my music onto different Spotify playlists, so I highly recommend, if you're doing singles, to use such kind of approach to get your music out there, because it can be time consuming to manually email each of the playlists that you are targeting. Once you've figured out a budget that you want to go by, then you want to upload it onto or select your distributor. I personally do use DistroKid, but there are other services such as Lander Distribution or TuneCore or CD Baby, for example. So I highly recommend, once you've gotten to the point where, okay, I know how much I want to spend, then upload it onto your distributor. Make sure that when you are distributing that you're giving at least 4 to 5 weeks in advance. So if you're uploading today, add 5 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks, that should be your release date. Now, don't forget, once you release, there's the pre-marketing that you want to do. So you want to be reaching out to TikTok influencers if that's the kind of music you're making, or a more conservative, more older type vibe on Facebook or Instagram, or even YouTube, to push and let people know that you will be releasing soon. Don't forget, after the fact, you also have to promote. So having a marketing strategy is also something that is very important, but I will cover that in a different video. But those are the type of things you want to get sorted before releasing a song. If you think I've left anything out, please leave it in the comments and I'll see if I can address it in the comments or make a separate video to cover that. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, SkillMusicSA, the Hooligan, signing out.